A woman who knows her worth doesn't beg for a seat at the table, she builds her own. Sigma ladies, let's uncover a truth that many people refuse to acknowledge. The world is designed to keep certain women in check, to make them seek approval, conform to expectations, and remain predictable. But there's one type of woman who refuses to play by the rules, and that's the Sigma female. She doesn't need permission, validation, or a crowd to walk her path. And because of this, she unsettles people. Her presence is a challenge, her mindset is a disruption, and her confidence is an enigma. But more than anything, she cannot be controlled, and that's exactly why the world finds her difficult to handle. Today, we're diving deep into the 10 reasons why the world struggles to deal with Sigma females, and why this truth will shock you. But before we begin, subscribe to the Sigma Lady for content that deciphers the rare, the untamed, and the unstoppable. Because here, we don't follow the crowd, we redefine the standard. Society has always been built on unspoken expectations, particularly when it comes to women. There is a set of invisible rules that dictate how a woman should behave, speak, and carry herself. These rules aren't written down anywhere, but they are enforced in subtle yet powerful ways. Women are expected to be accommodating, agreeable, and easy to understand. They are expected to mold themselves into shapes that fit societal approval. But then, there's the Sigma female, the woman who does none of this. She is the one who questions everything. She doesn't accept things at face value, and she doesn't follow a path just because it has been laid out for her. She dares to ask, why should I conform? Who benefits from my obedience? What do I truly want? This type of mindset is rare, and because of that, it is often met with resistance. People feel threatened by a woman who challenges systems that have been in place for centuries. They don't know how to handle someone who refuses to accept limitations simply because they are expected to. The Sigma female does not challenge these rules for the sake of rebellion. She challenges them because they do not make sense to her. She does not see why she should lower her voice to make others comfortable. She does not see why she should hide her intelligence to avoid intimidating those around her. She does not see why she should apologize for wanting more, doing more, and being more. Her refusal to conform makes others uncomfortable because it forces them to question their own choices. Many people live their entire lives following unwritten rules, never once stopping to ask if they even make sense. The Sigma female serves as a mirror, reflecting back the reality that most people have accepted limitations without questioning them. This can either be inspiring or unsettling. Most of the time, it's both. Because she does not play by the rules, people try to push back against her. They label her as difficult, stubborn, or unreasonable. But in reality, she is simply choosing her own path. She is not here to make herself smaller for the sake of fitting in. She is not here to follow traditions that do not serve her. She is here to carve out a life that is aligned with her values, and that level of freedom is something that both fascinates and intimidates others. When a Sigma female challenges an unspoken rule, she is not just breaking a habit, she is disrupting an entire belief system, and that is why the world finds her so difficult to handle. In a world obsessed with labels, people are always trying to categorize others. They feel more comfortable when they can define someone in a way that makes sense to them. When they cannot, they resort to assumptions and stereotypes. This is why Sigma females are constantly mislabeled. If she is confident, they call her arrogant. If she values her solitude, they call her antisocial. If she sets boundaries, they call her difficult. The reality is, she is simply unconcerned with how others perceive her. Many women spend their lives trying to fit into societal molds. They are taught that they must be likable, approachable, and agreeable in order to be accepted. The Sigma female has no such concern. She knows that trying to please everyone is a losing game, so she does not play it. She walks her path regardless of how others interpret her. This mindset makes people uneasy because they are used to women seeking approval. When she does not, it confuses them. People fear what they do not understand, and because the Sigma female refuses to fit into neat little boxes, They often misunderstand her. They mistake her independence for coldness. They mistake her self-sufficiency for pride. They mistake her ability to walk away from toxicity for a lack of empathy. But the truth is, she is none of these things. She is simply someone who has decided to prioritize herself, and that is a decision that many struggle to make for themselves. One of the reasons the world struggles to handle Sigma females is because they do not seek external validation. They do not need to be liked by everyone, and they do not adjust their behavior just to fit in. This is unsettling to those who have spent their lives bending and shifting to gain approval. Deep down, many people wish they had the same level of self-acceptance, but they do not know how to achieve it. Instead of acknowledging this, they project their insecurities onto the Sigma female, dismissing her as someone who is too different or hard to understand. The reality is, she is not difficult, she is simply free. She does not allow society to define her, and that level of liberation is something that few people have ever truly experienced. Because she does not seek permission to be herself, she becomes a reminder of everything that others are afraid to be. When someone refuses to be controlled by labels, they become unpredictable. And when someone is unpredictable, they cannot be easily manipulated. This is why the world finds Sigma females so hard to handle. They cannot be controlled, they cannot be defined, and they cannot be stopped. The world thrives on emotional control. Most social structures are built on the ability to influence and manipulate emotions, whether through guilt, obligation, or fear of rejection. Many people are conditioned to respond to these emotional triggers without even realizing it. They feel the need to please others, to prove their worth, or to maintain relationships out of obligation rather than genuine connection. But the Sigma female operates on a completely different level. She has mastered emotional detachment in a way that makes her immune to manipulation, and that alone makes her a force to be reckoned with. People often try to control others by making them feel guilty. Guilty for saying no, guilty for prioritizing themselves, guilty for not conforming to expectations. But the Sigma female recognizes this tactic and refuses to engage with it. She understands that guilt is often used as a tool to force compliance, and she does not allow it to dictate her actions. If something does not serve her, she lets it go without hesitation. This level of self-awareness makes her unpredictable. Most people are used to getting what they want by playing on emotions, whether it's in personal relationships, friendships, or even the workplace. But when someone tries to manipulate a Sigma female, they quickly realize that their usual tricks do not work on her. She does not react emotionally in the way they expect, and she does not allow external pressures to dictate her decisions. Her ability to detach is not a lack of empathy. On the contrary, she is deeply aware of emotions, both her own and those of others. But she does not allow them to control her. She processes her feelings with logic, making decisions based on what is best for her in the long run, rather than reacting impulsively in the moment. This is a level of emotional intelligence that many people do not possess, and it is one of the reasons why the world finds Sigma females so difficult to handle. Many people remain in toxic situations because they feel emotionally trapped. They fear confrontation, they fear being alone, or they fear disappointing others. The Sigma female does not experience these fears in the same way. She knows that staying in a situation that drains her is far worse than walking away. This ability to cut ties without hesitation makes her incredibly powerful, but it also makes others uncomfortable. People envy her ability to remain unaffected by emotional games. They wish they could say no without feeling guilty. They wish they could walk away from toxic relationships without second-guessing themselves. They wish they could stand firm in their decisions without constantly seeking reassurance. The Sigma female embodies the emotional strength that many secretly desire but do not know how to cultivate. At the core of this jealousy is a simple truth. When you cannot be emotionally manipulated, you cannot be controlled. And the Sigma female, above all else, is a woman who refuses to be controlled. In a world where so many people are desperate for attention, the Sigma female is an anomaly. She does not seek validation from external sources, and she does not compete for the spotlight. This is not because she lacks confidence, it is because she is entirely self-sufficient. She does not need recognition to feel valuable, and this quiet assurance makes her all the more intriguing. Most people live for approval. They want to be liked, noticed, and admired. Social media has amplified this need, creating a culture where people constantly seek validation through likes, comments, and social engagement. But the Sigma female does not engage in this cycle. She moves through life without the need for applause, and that alone makes her stand out. Because she does not chase attention, people often wonder about her. They want to know what makes her so confident without external validation. They are curious about how she can exist so comfortably without seeking recognition. And this curiosity turns into frustration for those who rely on validation themselves. They do not understand how she can be so content without the approval of others, and that confusion often turns into jealousy. This does not mean that the Sigma female is invisible, far from it. In fact, her lack of desperation for attention makes her naturally magnetic. People are drawn to her because she exudes authentic confidence. She does not try to impress anyone, and yet she leaves a lasting impression. Her presence is not loud, but it is powerful. Those who spend their lives competing for attention often feel frustrated by the effortless way a Sigma female commands respect. They struggle to understand why people are drawn to someone who does not actively seek their admiration. But the truth is simple. Authenticity is rare, and people are naturally attracted to those who are genuinely secure in themselves. Because she does not rely on attention to feel valuable, the Sigma female is selective about who she lets into her life. She does not entertain shallow relationships, nor does she engage in meaningless social dynamics. She's not interested in playing popularity games, and she does not waste her energy trying to be liked by everyone. This level of detachment makes her powerful in ways that many cannot comprehend. She knows that real confidence does not come from external validation, it comes from within. And because she does not need others to define her worth, she remains completely unshakable. There is a natural mystery to a woman who does not overshare. In a world where people are constantly broadcasting their lives, the Sigma female remains a private individual. She does not reveal everything about herself to just anyone, and she does not feel the need to explain her choices. This sense of mystery is both captivating and unsettling to those who do not understand it. People are used to having access to everyone's thoughts, emotions, and personal details. Social media has made oversharing the norm, and those who do not participate in this culture are often seen as distant or unapproachable. But the Sigma female sees no reason to disclose everything about herself. She values her privacy, and she understands that not everyone needs to know her plans, her struggles, or her next move. This ability to keep things to herself makes her unpredictable. People cannot easily read her, and that makes them uneasy. They wonder what she is thinking, what she is planning, and why she does not behave like everyone else. This curiosity often turns into frustration because they realize they cannot control or influence her. Her mystery is not an act. It is simply the way she operates. She does not seek validation through oversharing, nor does she feel the need to explain herself. She moves in silence, making strategic decisions without announcing them to the world. This is a power that many people do not possess. Most people want to be understood, and they go to great lengths to explain their choices to others. The Sigma female does not. She is content with people misunderstanding her because she does not seek their approval. This ability to exist without explanation makes her a rare breed, and that rarity makes people both fascinated and envious. When people cannot predict someone, they cannot control them. And because the Sigma female keeps her thoughts, emotions, and plans private, she remains a mystery that few will ever fully understand. One of the most fascinating traits of the Sigma female is her ability to thrive alone. In a society that constantly pushes the idea of collaboration, togetherness, and connection, the Sigma female chooses to walk her own path. While many people find comfort in social groups and rely on others for support, the Sigma female is completely self-reliant. She does not depend on others for validation, happiness, or even companionship. She is capable of fulfilling all of her own needs. This self-sufficiency is not a sign of emotional coldness or a lack of empathy. It is a sign of inner strength. The Sigma female understands the importance of independence and is fully capable of being alone without feeling lonely. She thrives in solitude because it gives her the space to think, create, and grow without external distractions. She is not afraid of her own company, and she knows that true peace comes from within. This fearlessness when it comes to being alone is incredibly rare in today's world. Most people are terrified of isolation. They seek relationships, friendships, and social circles to avoid feeling abandoned or disconnected. But the Sigma female is at peace with her own company. She knows that solitude is not something to fear. It is an opportunity for reflection, self-discovery, and personal growth. People find this level of independence both empowering and unnerving. They wonder how someone can be so at ease with themselves without constantly seeking external validation or approval. The truth is, the Sigma female is not just surviving alone, she is thriving alone. She recognizes that she does not need anyone else to complete her. She is complete as she is. This self-reliance also makes her difficult to control. When someone is not dependent on others for their emotional well-being, it becomes nearly impossible to manipulate them. The Sigma female cannot be guilted, pressured, or swayed by the opinions of others because she has built her own sense of worth from within. She does not need others to affirm her decisions or validate her choices. Her confidence is self-generated, and that is a powerful trait that many cannot comprehend. Another reason why the world struggles to handle Sigma females is their ability to make decisions independently. In a world where most people seek group consensus, approval, and feedback before making a choice, the Sigma female trusts her own judgment without hesitation. She does not need external opinions or reassurance because she knows that she is fully capable of making the right decisions for herself. This ability to trust herself fully is a rare and powerful trait. Many people look for validation before acting on their beliefs. They fear making the wrong decision and being judged for it. But the Sigma female operates from a place of certainty. She knows that no one else has the power to dictate what is best for her. Only she does. She makes decisions based on her own values, goals, and aspirations, not based on the opinions of others. This independence in decision-making makes her unpredictable and difficult to control. People who are used to receiving approval or input before making decisions find it unsettling when someone refuses to seek outside guidance. They wonder how she can make bold choices without second-guessing herself. But the Sigma female has learned that second-guessing is a form of self-doubt, and she has learned to trust her intuition over anyone else's opinion. Her ability to make decisions without hesitation often leads to success. Because she doesn't waste time seeking approval or overanalyzing every choice, she is able to move forward with confidence. She does not let fear of judgment hold her back, and that enables her to take risks that others might avoid. In a world where people often hesitate and overthink, the Sigma female takes action. She doesn't wait for the perfect moment, she creates it. This decisiveness is also a form of leadership. While many people wait for instructions, the Sigma female takes charge of her own life. She does not need someone else to tell her what to do or how to do it. She leads herself, and that kind of self-leadership is an incredibly powerful quality. It allows her to achieve her goals and overcome challenges in ways that others may find difficult. The Sigma female has an incredible sense of self-awareness that allows her to understand her strengths and weaknesses without feeling the need to advertise them. In a world where self-promotion and boasting have become normalized, the Sigma female remains humble about her abilities. She does not seek recognition for every achievement, nor does she feel the need to prove herself to anyone. Instead, she quietly moves through life, letting her actions speak louder than words. This humility is not the result of low self-esteem. It is the product of a deep understanding of her own worth. The Sigma female knows exactly what she is capable of, but she does not need to shout it from the rooftops. She lets her results speak for themselves. This kind of quiet confidence is incredibly rare in a world where people are constantly seeking attention and validation. Her ability to remain humble despite her achievements is part of what makes her so difficult to handle. People often expect those who are successful or powerful to boast about their accomplishments, to flaunt their abilities, and to demand admiration. The Sigma female does none of these things. She operates from a place of inner strength and self-assurance, without needing to be constantly recognized by others. This humility is paired with a strong sense of boundaries. The Sigma female knows what she will tolerate and what she will not. She does not allow people to take advantage of her, and she does not allow herself to be placed in situations where she feels disrespected. She has mastered the art of saying no without feeling guilty, and she knows that maintaining her personal integrity is more important than pleasing others. People who are used to getting their way through manipulation or pressure find this sense of boundaries disconcerting. They are used to controlling others through emotional appeals or guilt, but the Sigma female cannot be swayed by these tactics. She knows exactly where she stands, and she does not let anyone push her into a corner. Her self-awareness and humility make her incredibly grounded and secure in herself. She does not need the approval of others to feel validated, and she does not need external recognition to know her worth. This sense of inner peace is what makes her so difficult to handle, because she cannot be rattled, controlled, or influenced by others. One of the most defining traits of a Sigma female is her unapologetic refusal to explain herself to anyone. While most people feel compelled to justify their actions, decisions, and lifestyle choices, the Sigma female does not. She moves through life with certainty, knowing that her decisions are her own, and she owes no one an explanation. This trait often confuses and frustrates those around her. Society conditions people to seek validation through explanation, to justify why they did something, why they made a certain choice, or why they live the way they do. People are used to hearing lengthy justifications, hoping to gauge whether someone's reasoning aligns with their own. But the Sigma female doesn't engage in this. If she makes a choice, she stands by it. She doesn't feel the need to defend her reasoning because she is not looking for approval. This refusal to explain herself is not arrogance, it's self-trust. She has confidence in her decision-making ability and does not require external reassurance. She doesn't ask, "What will people think?" before she takes action. Instead, she asks herself, "Is this right for me?" That is the only validation she needs. Because of this, people often misinterpret her confidence as coldness. They assume she is distant or even unapproachable, but in reality, she simply does not see the point in wasting energy explaining herself to those who will never understand her mindset. She recognizes that not everyone will approve of her choices, and she is perfectly fine with that. This trait makes her incredibly difficult to manipulate. Many people rely on guilt-tripping or social pressure to get others to conform. They expect explanations so they can poke holes in someone's reasoning and convince them to change their mind. But the Sigma female does not provide these openings. She gives no explanations, no justifications, only firm decisions. Her ability to set boundaries in this way is rare. It is not easy to resist the pressure to explain yourself, especially when people are demanding answers. But she has mastered the art of standing firm in her choices without apology. This makes her incredibly powerful in situations where others might fold under pressure. This level of confidence is enviable. Many people wish they had the ability to make decisions without second-guessing themselves, without seeking approval, and without feeling the need to justify their choices. The Sigma female embodies this strength effortlessly, making her both a mystery and an inspiration. The ability to rise regardless of circumstances is one of the most powerful traits of a Sigma female. Life is unpredictable. There are setbacks, failures, and moments of defeat that can shake anyone's confidence. But the Sigma female is not the type to stay down. No matter what happens, she finds a way to rise. This resilience is what makes her nearly unstoppable. While others may allow failure to define them, she sees every setback as a lesson. She does not dwell on what went wrong. Instead, she focuses on what can be learned and how she can come back stronger. She does not play the victim, nor does she seek pity. She takes full ownership of her life, even when things do not go as planned. Her ability to recover quickly is not because she does not feel pain. She does. She experiences heartbreak, disappointment, and loss just like anyone else. But what makes her different is her ability to transform pain into power. She does not let hardships break her. She uses them as fuel to push forward. This mindset makes her fearless. She does not fear failure because she knows it is a stepping stone to success. She does not fear rejection because she understands that the right opportunities and people will always find her. She does not fear starting over because she knows that she is her own foundation. This unshakable resilience is intimidating to many. Most people allow their setbacks to define them, holding on to past failures and letting them dictate their future. But the Sigma female refuses to be held back by the past. She reinvents herself as many times as necessary, constantly evolving and adapting to new challenges. Her ability to rise is also what makes her so independent. She does not rely on anyone else to save her. While many wait for external solutions, she takes control of her own destiny. If something in her life is not working, she changes it. If she faces obstacles, she finds a way around them. She does not wait for permission or approval. She simply takes action. This trait makes her difficult to handle because it removes any sense of control that others might try to have over her. Those who expect her to remain stuck in a situation are often shocked when she rises above it. Those who think they can break her spirit are disappointed to see her come back even stronger. She is a warrior, and no setback is ever permanent for her. This resilience is something many people wish they had. They wish they could move on from failure without fear. They wish they had the courage to rebuild when things fall apart. They wish they could see obstacles as opportunities instead of barriers. The Sigma female embodies this level of fearless transformation, and that is why the world finds her so difficult to handle. Sigma ladies, the truth is clear. People fear what they cannot control. And because you are self-sufficient, independent, and untamed, the world struggles to understand you. But here's the secret. You are not meant to be understood. You are meant to be rare. If this resonated with you, then you already know that you are part of a movement of women who think differently, live authentically, and refuse to be defined by expectations. Subscribe to the Sigma Lady and continue your journey toward unshakable self-mastery. Until next time, stay rare, stay free, and stay untouchable.